and Isabel Oakeshott, and we're talking about the £5 billion HS2 property disaster. There it is, this story in the Mail. Who wants to start on this?
So I'll kick off on this because I've got a massive bee in my bonnet about HS2 and the enormous cost of it. And like all these big infrastructure projects, the bill for HS2, we still don't know where it's going to end up. But this particular story focuses on the huge amount of money that's having to be spent in acquiring properties along the route. There are people with homes along the route, office blocks, all sorts of assets that are going to be destroyed in value by the project. So the government is having to acquire those, and surprise, surprise, the amount they're spending vastly exceeds what was originally budgeted for. And I really sense, within Westminster, there are very few politicians that are really particularly enthusiastic about this project now. It does date back to...
Plenty of others are enthusiastic. I mean, plenty of businesses say that this is vital and it will make a huge difference in the future.
I think there are a number now of politicians saying we should scrap this thing. And, when you talk... This question comes up a lot. When you ask people out and about what they think of HS2, if that's how you roll, very few of them will say they love the idea. What people tend to say is that they think that the money would be much better spent on making the existing rail network more efficient and more affordable. Crucially, people have rightly are fed up of very inflated train fares and very late trains. So they think, why are we building a whole new, vastly expensive rail system?
And I don't think there's any question that we should be spending billions on Britain's rail and, IT infrastructure is really critical, and I think historically we haven't spent enough. But I think there will be questions being asked. Is HS2, which was planned a number of years ago, is it the best way of spending this money, or should we spend it indeed on the rest of the rail system, or perhaps even, laying down cables for super fast broadband to every bit of the country, so businesses in Devon and Cornwall don't have to struggle with slow internet?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is a huge amount of money, isn't it?
It feels like a bit of a luxury in today's economic climate.
Yeah. OK, let's move on quickly, just squeeze two more stories in. This is in The Sun. Beer before wine won't be fine.
We love this story, mainly because it's so ridiculous. This is an academic study based on the grand total of 90 volunteers who actually agreed to try beer and wine, first beer, in some cases followed by wine.
I can't imagine they struggle to find any volunteers.
Well, it's quite a lot, actually.
The history doesn't relate whether their beer and wine was paid for, whether they just sort of went pitched up at a pub and sort of asked people to do this. And The Sun has got this great, little graphic with some emojis showing people vomiting, which is very classy. Anyway, the bad news is the way you have, whatever order you think you might be able to drink things in order to avoid a hangover isn't going to work. It's sheer volume. If you have a lot of alcohol, you're probably going to feel pretty rough the next day.
My hangover cure is a big cooked breakfast the next morning, which leads us nicely onto the Frankflirter, Sonia.
Yes, so M&S have got themselves some great free PR today. They've launched a Valentine's Day, what they are dubbing, rather naughtily, I think, a love sausage. And what it is it's a heart-shaped sausage wrapped in truffle-flavoured bacon. And they are saying that it will set you up for the breakfast of dreams.
I'm sorry, I've got to cut in here. I'm sorry, if there are any men watching this thing, do not buy this for your loved ones on Valentine's Day.
I'll be happy with that. It's delicious.
You might be, but the lady won't be. I mean,
460 grams. I mean, that sounds like quite a lot for people.
And how many calories has that thing got in it? It's just... I'm amazed that Marks & Spencer have done this. It doesn't fit with their branding at all.
Do you not think? Well, I disagree. I think it looks delicious.
You're going to be buying one, aren't you?
A couple of fried eggs in there.
That's your pitch for Valentine's Day. It's a cheap date, aren't you?
For cheap date. I'm a cheap date, yeah. Isabel, Sonia, thank you both very much indeed. Great to see you.